Not a single day goes by when someone doesn't talk about LIV golf. Sometimes it's about how bad it is, while on the other days, it's about how and why it's doing good to the golfers and golf. Anyways, today is one of the days where our video will discuss how golfers are going the extra mile to defend this Saudi-funded venture. So what are you waiting for? Let's swing our way right into it. First off, here's how Paul Casey defended LIV Golf. LIV Golf has just descended upon the New York metropolitan area with all its controversial might and fame. Recently, the Saudi-backed golf tour organized its third event at Trump Bedminster in New Jersey. And not so surprisingly, the topic of its questionable funding and the morality of players joining continues to be an issue. But as much as anyone may talk against LIV, the golfers playing for this tour seem to have given their hearts off to it. When the golfers were asked what they thought about the human rights violations the Saudi government had ordered, Paul Casey was the one to defend his bosses. According to Casey, he's been to the kingdom a couple of times, and weirdly enough, in just 2 visits, he's very aware of how the change is taking over in Saudi Arabia. In fact, he's very confident that Saudis are changing, and it'll have a positive effect on the whole country. We'll have to say that the money the Saudis gave Casey must have had something new to them. Maybe that's the change he was talking about. Anyways, there's much more to what he said, so let's just talk about this ironic situation some other time. Apparently, Casey has met Saudi citizens, and the experience mesmerized him. Continuing with his justification about how playing with a country that openly violates human rights, the golfer said that during his visit to Saudi Arabia, he got to talk to people there. Not just that, he even got to play golf with a 17-year-old girl at the Saudi Invitational. How nice! We didn't know that Saudi girls also play golf before. Other than that, Casey also played with a lady who works as a human rights lawyer. He believes that the company was brilliant and entertaining. Casey also said that the young girl talked to him about how several things had changed in her country, and it was only a couple of years ago when she took up golf. He states that the girl believes that if she had tried to take up the game of golf a couple of years ago, it wouldn't have been possible at all. Getting to play with these 2 Saudi ladies was probably what had a positive impact on the player. Okay, then we'll have to act like we never knew about the beautiful paychecks LIV paid these players to make a positive impact. And according to Casey, everything is changing. We wonder if Casey might even end up publishing a book titled 100 Reasons Why Everyone Should Move to Saudi Arabia. But we believe that 99 of those reasons would include money. The golfer stated that change is happening, and in this case, everyone should focus more on where they're going rather than where they're at. In fact, he's convinced that no other place he's visited has the same trajectory as Saudi Arabia in the whole world. Well, that's some statement to make, though. He seemed to believe that the change happening in Saudi Arabia is entirely different, and it'll bring the country a positive change that will make the kingdom a much better place to be. Not just that, the golfer wishes that this amazing experience that he's had continues for a long time. Apart from Casey, Charles Howell III was also present at the event, and when asked about his views on Saudi Arabia, the golfer said that he has never been there, but he's really excited to go to the kingdom soon. Yet he also holds the stance that golf might be a way of changing Saudi Arabia. Well, we wonder why everyone's trying to change a country all of a sudden. Also, surprisingly, Paul Casey had turned down offers from LIV Golf 3 years ago. We think the change might actually have happened, but not in Saudi Arabia or its rules and laws, but in Casey's mind and priorities. The golfer was offered hefty amounts just 3 years ago for appearing and playing at the Saudi International on the DP World Tour, but he had turned it down. The reason? As stated by him, his relationship with UNICEF, the organization providing humanitarian aid to children all around the world. At the time, he stated that if he signed a deal with a Saudi-backed venture and got paid by it, the action would make him a hypocrite. He also said that whoever thinks that sports aren't political is talking rubbish, and he's glad that he's taken a stance as it'll help highlight the issues of that certain area, Saudi Arabia. Well, we think he hasn't connected with UNICEF anymore, so it doesn't make him a hypocrite either. That's some maths he did there, and we appreciate Saudis actually waiting for him and finally getting him a brand new viewpoint. Now, in other related news, here's what's next for LIV Golf. The Saudi-funded venture keeps going on and is establishing roots in the U.S. rapidly. For now, the LIV golfers are staying stateside to play 2 tournaments in Boston and Chicago. After this, they'll be returning to the International and head on to play more invitational tournaments in Saudi Arabia and Thailand. Later this year, the golfers will play in October to conclude the 2022 season at Trump National Golf Club, Doral, in Miami. But that's not all. Even before the controversial Golf League concludes the 2022 season, the plans for 2023 2023 have already been set, and there'd be no lie in saying that along with more LIV events, much more money is also going to enter the field. And with the new season, we can also expect the drama to carry into the next season. So, what's the plan for 2023? LIV isn't going anywhere anytime soon. That's quite clear to us now. And not so surprisingly, the Invitational Series will be rebranding itself as LIV Golf League before stepping into 2023. As far as we know, this upcoming season will include 48 players and 12 established team franchises. Not just that, there's a massive change in the number of tournaments LIV Golf will be organizing. Apparently, the venture that only has a total of 8 tournaments planned for 2022 will be conducting 14 of them next year. Some rumors have it that some more players might be joining LIV for the next season. After all, players like Rory McIlroy, who stood the stance and rejected LIV golf offers, have started changing their minds, as he recently said that some form of dialogue with the Saudi-backed venture might be necessary. He also said that the peace talks need to happen. Not just that, the golfer also mentioned the need to pivot and change to be better and get to the stage. His statement was a bit alarming because Rory has openly shown his disappointment in the PGA players who joined LIV Golf. Also, he was the one to say that these players took the easy way. So, such a golfer talking about peace talks makes us want to think that he might also be leaving the PGA soon. But we can't be sure about anything, as Rory hasn't mentioned anything like leaving the tour for another yet. Lastly, what's the LIV purse for 2023? This one might shock you. The purse LIV has set for 2023 is much bigger than the purse for 2022. For those who don't know, the current purse is $225 million in total, and that amount had us shocked for quite a while. But now, they are planning to go even bigger. Reportedly, Saudi PIF will be providing a whopping $405 million for season 2023. This means the LIV players will be getting much more money, which will surely attract more golfers. Also, we know that there will be 14 tournaments, but the locations for them are still unknown. But all the tournaments, or most of them, may happen in Asia because the Saudi PIF has invested over $300 million in the Asian tour. This partnership also means that the tournaments will increase up to 25 and will also help the golfers attain world ranking points. We can see this as LIV's efforts to compete against the PGA Tour as equals. Now that we're talking about the PGA Tour, it's also worth mentioning that LIV Golf has designed its 2023 schedule in such a way that it wouldn't conflict with the schedules of the 4 major tournaments: the PGA Championship, the Masters, the Open Championship, and the US Open. And with this, it's time for us to wrap this video up, fam. LIV Golf has been achieving more and more milestones with every passing day, and now the golfers joining it have started standing up for it too. What do you think about Casey's words about Saudi Arabia and LIV Golf? Do let us know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. And if you'd like to stay updated about our new videos, feel free to hit that bell button. We'll be back with more amazing videos soon. See you in the next one.